I recently noticed the ideas thought by men were but the bland and shallow reflections of the world around them. The original thought of man appears a dying breed. Man, whose brain contains an infinite range of thoughts, can seem to focus his mental capacities on profound and original thought no longer. Why does man succumb to sloth? History remembers much of the rich and famous, but remembers even more the men of great minds and bold opinions, from Aristotle to Gandhi. Focus all your energies and pursue innovative ideas and sophisticated topics, for man numbs his mind with entertainment, which hardly calls for the application of any thought at all. His thoughtless life will turn him into pawn for those who exercise their brains to great advantages. Such as any muscle, the strength of the brain decreases with disuse and is destroyed. To entertain nothing but shallow, juvenile thoughts is to misuse and disuse the great thinking machine, and dishevel it beyond repair, as iron rusts if left untended. The modern entertainments, like bread and circuses of ancient Rome, keep society from noticing the flaws of their government and recognizing the changes it's morally obligated to make to the world. Entertainment keeps society from reaching the conclusions that it only possesses imitation happiness. No, it does not truly feel happy, and prohibits man from deciding how he can find authentic happiness. The risk of living life based on contentment and happiness through entertainment is a blissful ignorance, an ignorance of the world and the events occurring that an individual doesn't see because he fixes his eyes on the TV set, or cannot hear because his music drowns every thought out. It is the loss of an individual's own productive original thoughts which help define him as an individual. Without deep thoughts and recognition of what has meaning, the individual will become unindividual, not a unique being, but a common drone, born of manipulative minds that keep the individual always anticipating the next joke, the next big laugh. The rush of non-emotional and non-meaningful entertainment. If man stops paying attention to the world and stops forming original thoughts and opinions, institutions such as the government will not be accountable for the people anymore. It will manipulate the people so it can snatch up as much power as possible. The only reason man will not manipulate others to achieve power is not because they abide by a strict moral code, but because they fear exposition as the manipulators they are. But there, fault lies with the individual also. A man should not give trust so freely, but should guard his mind against lies that so often cloaks itself in truth. When men are too ignorant to question the decisions and motives of people in power, those people cease to fear discovery of the manipulations, and man will not see the freedom he willingly gives up until he has no rights left to take the freedom back.
Technology is a major tool used for entertainment. And with the vastly expanding technology, any gadgets which were created by innovative minds to save time and resources now waste time and the most important resource, our thoughts. When man relies so heavily on technology, technology no longer serves man. Man serves technology. When an individual decides to plug into technology, the brain plugs out. Incapacitated by a steady stream of snatches of thoughts and information that are unreliable and not our own. The perspectives of others twist and pervert the truth, and members of society grasp onto the opinions of others, taking them as truth. Does the individual not know what happens to the way he thinks? Does the individual not notice the gradual change he and his neighbors make over time, that each will continue to make until the country de-evolves into thoughtless men with no concern but to achieve momentary pleasure? Oh, to be without the bombardment of entertainment, of movies about nothing but the misadventures of teenagers at parties, and songs that evoke no feeling, but only narrate a singer's ecstasy at a life of partying and not thinking. What will wake us up from our American dream that has turned into a nightmare? The absence of thought is the absence of freedom itself. Man's stupidity leads to its own demise in a slow motion crash he can prevent if only he activates his mind. Man builds his own gallows and slips his head into the noose. All he has left to do is jump and quickly suffocate. Individuals who cry out to halt man's de-evolutionist thinkers might be the heroes of our generation. For a true hero is not someone who shows how he saves society, but who shows society how to save itself.